Hi there, Ben Fuller from Modi here with another tips and tricks video for Pipedrive. So what you're looking at here is a standard sales pipeline inside of a demo account. We have four pipelines in this particular demo account: sales, upsells, renewals, and ticketing. And we're going to have a look at how you can configure the pipelines to suit your sales process. So some important points here is that generally speaking, the stages in the pipeline should be past tense. So you should only move a deal, say, from qualified into meeting scheduled when the meeting has been scheduled. What you're seeing here is a required field kick in, so it's not letting me move into that stage until I fill that information out in the system. You would only move the deal into meeting complete once the meeting has been completed. We can configure this pipeline easily by adding a new stage here. So we might add a negotiation stage at the end after proposal sent. We can delete a stage here. We can rename a stage like this, and we can add a new stage in the middle of the pipeline in that fashion there. Now, generally speaking, the stages in the pipeline should not be things like warm or cold or won or lost. They should be more what you're looking at here, which is a linear progression of a deal as it moves chronologically towards winning the deal. So the lead first comes in, then you make contact with them, you qualify them as a suitable prospect, you have a meeting or schedule a meeting with them, you complete the meeting with them, you send the proposal, and you move into the negotiation stage following that. As an example of probably what not to do in the system is it might take you 5 or 6 or 10 meetings to get from qualified to proposal sent. Now, you shouldn't have stages like meeting 1, meeting 2, meeting 3. That's what activities are for. You use activities to drive that process. The same as, like I said before, you shouldn't have stages for warm or cold and things like that, because those are more statuses of the deal rather than reflecting where they're at in the pipeline. For example, you could have a deal where you've just completed a meeting and the client is very cold, or you could have a deal in the contact made stage where the client is very warm. Those are statuses that could apply at any stage of the pipeline. The same as you shouldn't have won or lost as a stage in the pipeline, because they are statuses within Pipedrive. So what you can see here, when we go into inside of a deal, we have the won or lost statuses here, and those statuses can be applied essentially at any stage here, especially the lost status. Now, if we want to create a new pipeline, I can click here, and so just to show you that again, we're clicking on the little edit here like this. That's to edit the pipeline. And if I want to create a pipeline, I can just hit the little plus button like you saw me do there. Now we can name this pipeline here. So let's call this post sales, for example. We can update the stages here. So let's just call this deal 1. So the reason I'm calling this deal 1 is that a deal has been won in the final stage of our sales pipeline, and we're moving the deal, in this case, this post-sales pipeline, into a deal 1 stage. Now, I'm well aware that I just said that you shouldn't have deal 1 as a stage in the pipeline. This reflects less than a status of where the deal This actually reflects where the deal is at in the post-sales pipeline. So the deal has been won, but the post-sales people have not reached out and made contact yet. From here, we might have, say, for example, meetings scheduled like this. And then this might be implementation started, for example. And then we don't need this final stage here. And that's how easy it is to create a new pipeline inside of the system. Now, the next thing I'll do here is show you some little tricks as far as how you can see deal weighted values and deal blocking inside of the pipeline. So if I click edit up here like this, you can see I can set the probability here to reflect the probability of the deal in closing when it gets to each stage. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40% here. I'm going to update this to 50%. Proposal sent will take me to 70%. And negotiation stage would take me, say, to 80%. You can also set deal blocking in here. What deal rotting does is it turns the deal a shade of red inside of the pipeline, makes it extremely visible, and you can set the number of days until a deal rots. So if you set deal rotting in 2 days on a particular stage, like proposal sent, what that means is that there's been no action inside of the deal for the set amount of days, in this case 2 days. So here you can see down the bottom, see how this deal here is a light shade of red? This indicates that this deal has rotted, and you can see here it's been rotted for 2 days. Thanks very much for watching.